Hey guys, so today we're going over what all real numbers means. We're going to go over rational numbers, irrational numbers, integers, whole numbers, and natural numbers, what they are and what they mean. So first off, we gotta know what natural numbers are. So natural numbers, or we'll just label them as n, that's what everyone does, is any number that is positive, and it cannot be a decimal. So it's just a whole number that is not negative. I should probably note that we're not talking about 0. So natural numbers, in summary, must be positive, and they are not 0. They can also not be a decimal. So decimal, 1, 2, I don't know, that's just a random thing. It cannot be any of those, okay? Next, let's go over whole numbers, which we will just label as a W. A whole number is the same as natural, except it can be 0. So it's any natural number, but it also includes 0. So positive numbers and 0 is a correct, but like I said, does not have any decimals. So no decimals. Next up, we got integers, which we label with a Z. Don't ask me why, we just do. So just go with it, okay guys? So an integer is any number that is a whole number, natural number, or is negative. No decimals. So it can be positive, it can be negative, it can be 0, but it cannot be a decimal. So no decimals. Next up, we got irrational numbers, which we'll label with an I. So irrational numbers are numbers that are just random. They don't have any order or design, they're just random. So an example would be, for example, pi. Pi is an example, because there really isn't anything to it. It's just random numbers, 3.1459, literally just random numbers. There's no order, there's no thing, it's just irrational. And finally, well, not finally, sorry, we got rational numbers, which we label with a Q. Once again, don't ask why, that's just what we do. So a rational number can be a N, it can be a W, and a Z. So, I'm sorry, it's not it can, it is. It's all of these. All these are rational numbers. But rational numbers also has decimals that are rational, meaning, for example, numbers that have patterns or decimals that repeat. So example would be 3333333. That is rational because it has order, it has that sort of thing. Or another example would be dot 54, 54, 54, 54. It just has order. It has this type of thing, if that makes sense. And finally, we got the last one, which is just real numbers. And real numbers is all of this. It is Q, I, Z, W, and N. All of this stuff applies under real numbers. So now I'll show you guys some examples, and I'll help you guys, well, let you guys decide what you guys think it is. So one of our examples is going to be 5. So what of the 5 categories, I'm sorry, 6, what of the 6 categories is 5 in? I'll give you guys a few seconds to think of it. Pause the video if you guys need more time. Okay, well, I gave you guys some time, so let's go over it. Well, it would be a natural number because there's no decimals, and it's positive, so it is n. Next, we'll go with the whole numbers. Is it positive? Yes. Does it have a decimal? No. So therefore, it is a whole number. Next up, let's go to integers. Is it a number that is positive or negative? Can be 0. Yes, and it has no decimal, so therefore, it is an integer. Next up, we got irrational. Does it have a decimal that's very random? It just doesn't really have any pattern? No, it has no decimal. so therefore it is not irrational. Next up, we got rational, which means it is NWZ, or a decimal that has rationale. Well, it has no decimal, and it does apply to the 3 categories we already have, so it is a Q as well. And then we just add R, because like I said, R is any number. It's just fine, as long as there's some exceptions, but we're not going to go into that because just for the sake of simplicity. So I hope you guys like this video. If you guys need more examples, ask, because I would love to help you all. Like and subscribe if you learned.